All right. So long story short, I just kind of wanted to do something different. Um, Usually when I do something, or like more so have a thought, I'll go to write it. But truth be told, I just haven't really been having the urge to write. I've been more so talking. Um, and just the other day, I did like one of those voice memos on the iPhone thing, and I just talked for like 30 minutes to myself. And when I afterwards, I just felt it was funny to just go back listen to it, and honestly felt lighter after doing it. So I don't know. I wanted to just try this, be consistent with it. I have the time, so it's like, why not give it a shot? Um, that's actually kind of like the main thought I wanted to speak on. Recently, I've had a lot happen to me. More so, I've just been through a lot from the start of 2026. And from January up till now, it's felt like I've kind of like was going one direction, went complete opposite, and now I'm going in the direction I previously thought I was going in. Like now I'm actually moving in that direction. So what do I mean by that? I feel like that's self-explanatory, but more so like the way that I thought I was moving wasn't how I was actually moving in reality. So while I had this mindset and this vision for myself, my actions wasn't aligning with that in the slightest. And unfortunately, things happen, life happened, and fast forward to now, I'm in a spot where I can look back and look at everything differently. And not to say put it on myself, because like at the end of the day, I do have to recognize my role into where I am now, but it's also understanding where I was at before. So it's like not giving myself excuses, but giving myself grace and understanding, because at the end of the day, no one else is going to do that for you. So like while you can't put off what it is that you did, but you can still validate what it is that you're feeling. You can still be like, I just hate this. And not even to, I know people don't like to use the word hate, but sometimes hate is just a word for the moment and it fits. So it's not to say, I feel like to pivot off that though, it's important to say don't hold on to that. But that's not just hate, that's any feeling. Don't try to cling on to it. Don't allow it to cling, or more so, don't allow it to cling on to you. Because at the end of the day, you're just observing these feelings. You're just observing these thoughts. You're just the one expressing it, And I just think that's been a major thing I've learned this year. Understanding that I could think these things, I could feel these things, and still be okay. I can have certain thoughts and not allow them to consume me. I can have certain feelings and still maintain my composure. I think it's one of those things that it sounds like common sense, but it's honestly one of those things you truly have to put time and work into to like understand, because you when you think about it, we're creatures of habit, so the way we move and the way we behave is not necessarily because we're a good or a bad person. It's because that's our surroundings and everything that we've come to live in just made us this person. Now granted, people do take the work to become who they are, and I'm not negating that, but I just mean in a sense of a person who has not done any of the work and they're just this person, and they may not be the best person, but that's not to say they are a bad person, so and it's weird because in feeling all these things and thinking all these thoughts, the main thing I try to remind myself is forgiveness, and not even just for the person or what the situation was, it's just for yourself. It's just because forgiveness is the only way to truly let go of those things. Even forgiveness, especially forgiveness with yourself. You have to be able to forgive yourself, bro. You are human. You are not perfect. You are going to fuck up. You are going to make mistakes. Excuse my language. But it's important to remind yourself that your progress and your journey is yours and yours alone. And sure, people come and go for the ride. Some people stay, some people don't. But at the end of the day, you have you. That's it. And you can't be a jerk to yourself. You can't be you gotta be a friend to yourself. You got to. You like the way you are with your homies, the way you are with your homegirls, the way you are with your family, the way you are with everybody you care about. Make sure you are included in that quadrant, you know? So, and again, it sounds like one of those things that's common sense, but it really is not. It's really not. It's not talked about enough. It's not really exercised enough as much as it should be, and that's the reason why so many people feel the way they do now. So many people feel inferior. So many people feel like they need to compare to somebody, and that shouldn't ever be the case. Like, love yourself. That's it. Just love yourself. And it's crazy because like I feel like that's like it's not frowned upon, but it's just not talked enough about, you know? Like, there's way more hate spreading, like there's way more gain to spreading hate and I guess controversy than there is to spreading like wisdom in a way. And that's not to say people don't still spread that wisdom, but it's like the way that wisdom spreads compared to the way the hate spreads is noticeable, you know? And I feel like that's also part of the reason I like want to do these videos, because this is like expression for me, for sure. Like, I'm just yapping, but I feel like, you know, you never know who could need to hear what you have to say. You never know what you say or what your thoughts and what your knowledge is could do for somebody else. And that's just my thoughts on that, though. You're not saying you gotta come out here with a camera just because you having a few good thoughts to yourself. I just be talking all the time, like, or yeah, all the time, pretty much, even to myself. So, but anyway, back to the main topic. Doing it because you're asking yourself, what's the point? So, flashbacks. I was in a behavior facility for a good little bit, you know, and coming out, I essentially got sent back in because I wasn't really seeing what. So when I got out, they put me in this, like, you know, it's like a program essentially, like just to help you out when you first get out. And I was very much still in not to say I was closed off to the idea of the group therapy, but it's more so I was just closed off from everything because of the thoughts of where I was at with myself mentally and where I was at with myself emotionally. I wasn't really allowing myself to be open enough to allow help and support to come to me. I wasn't able to embrace it. So when they seen that, they put me back in. I was in there for like another 2-3 weeks. I don't know. Got out, and honestly, that second trip back, I was like, I don't know what happened. Honestly, kid you not, I was listening to Ed Sheeran, and I started tearing up, bro. And like the tearing up got like, whoa, like it started, like I couldn't stop it. And I was just kind of like, I just allowed myself. That was like the first time I think since probably the year started that I really just like broke down. And mind you, I wasn't by myself. I was in a group. I was in a room full of folks, and I just cracked. And I don't know if it was just the music or me just allowing everything to sit with like where I was at, and like the fact that I was just hurt, like, you know. And I like didn't try to like cover it up, you know. I didn't try to like hide the fact that I'm just feeling this shit right now. Like, I'm just, and you know, they was real supportive. I really appreciate them for that. Honestly, the people I met in there were very cool, and awesome people. Like, it was really interesting to get so many different outlooks and perspectives on my situation, and how, like, I think honestly that second trip is what allowed me to be more open to speaking honestly just my thoughts in general with people, because they were kind of just telling me that regardless of what happens, you are still you are still you're still Ethan, you're whoever you choose to identify as. It's just, I think I was allowing a lot of externals to dictate where my future was gonna go. Things that were out of my control, I think I was allowing to power over me, and like I was scared. So in a position of feeling I had no control, I tried to take control, and that's what got me in the facility. You feel what I'm saying? So, and it goes back to just saying, like, well, not back to just saying, but like, well, no, yeah, I'm right. Back to just saying, this shit isn't stressed enough. It isn't stressed enough how important it is to go and get help. Go and admit you need help. Taking a minute to sit with self and just be, that's not talked about enough. It's always like, if you like, it's they say it in a way where it's like an ad, and you know it's not gonna be received if it's just words, if it's just noise, you know. Like, you have to, like, especially with like adolescents and just people who aren't adult age, and even people who are adult age who doesn't know this stuff, it has to be put out in a way that is received by like a multitude of audiences. And bro, I have a burp, I feel it in my chest, excuse me. But fuck, what was I saying? Oh yes, spreading the message, spreading the word. It sucks because it's so possible with social media and just the internet in general. It's so easy, and I know, you know, the algorithm just feeds like what you like and put your attention to, which I think is kind of iffy on. I think they also kind of push certain stuff, but that's just my take. However, you know, it's just, it needs to be pushed, and I just think when I make these videos, I'm kind of helping with that, because at the end of the day, these are just my takes, these are just my opinions, this is just my thoughts, this is just a journal. So if I do say something that comes across as something you may not agree with, that's okay. That's okay. You know, we're two different people, two different visions, two different lives, and that's just what it is. But at the same time, that's not a reason to dislike somebody. That's not a reason to put somebody down. That's not a reason to hurt somebody. And if anything, it's just a reason to understand, bro. Like, if you don't agree with this person, just try to understand this person. And even if you still don't agree, you understand them now. You understand where they're coming from. And you may not agree with it, you may not justify it for you, but you took the time to understand it, and that shows a lot about your character. And another thing with the internet, so many people act like their opinions are the facts. They act like especially in fucking music. I can't stand sharing my music taste with people in just music. People who listen to music like that in general, I can't stand. I like what I like, and that's it. You know, like if I share like my playlist, they're gonna be like, so it's all you listen, like, bro. Anyway, got a little off track. If there's no point, why not do it? Why not just say, fuck it, I'm here? Like, okay, I saw this video. I forgot the creator's name. If I remember, I will put it in the comments. But he was talking about nihilism, and the true idea of nihilism is, I said that right. The true idea of nihilism is to live life by doing the things that prevent you from killing yourself. And when I heard that, I didn't know how to take that at first because I wasn't sure what it was trying to say, but it's saying don't allow what you fear to tower over what you love, you know? Like, don't allow what you fear of like creating to prevent you from creating to begin with. Don't allow the fears and the risk of living prevent you from living to begin with. And when I say that, that goes down to just, let's start simple. Comfort zones. What is something you are doing that you can just take a break, take a step from? You know, just put both your hands up and take 2 steps back. Just for like 5 minutes. Start with 5 minutes and just do something that you may have been putting off for a little bit. Do something that you've been saying you've been going to do. It doesn't have to be a chore. It doesn't have to be some responsibility. Just do something that you actually want to do, and just don't allow any other distractions to come into that moment. Like, allow yourself to be, bro. Allow yourself to be. Even in the moments where you're like, what is the point of this? Or I'm bored. If you're doing what you wanted to do, what you've been putting off, give yourself time to really let it sit. Because your body, your mind, your heart, it's not used to this. It feels like a chore, but it's not. It's something you enjoy. It's something you truly enjoy. And like, that goes like, that's art, that's sports, that's fashion, man. Whatever it is, just do it. Create. And like, even if it's not creating, go train, brother. Go play the sport. I don't know what the hell you're doing. Go read a book, but just do it. Just do it because there is no point in doing it. Do it because this may not even work, but I'ma still do it. You know, like, do it because at the end of the day, even if it didn't work, I could still say I took the time to do it when I really could have just sat around on my ass and didn't do anything. Don't do anything. I don't know what I just said. That sentence might not make sense, but mind you, I'm just rolling, y'all. I'm just rolling. So I hope you're still with me. All right. If you're still with me, you should just subscribe at this point, because that means we right here. All right. But yeah, man. While I was in the group, that was one of the main things that the leaders were talking about. If there is no point, why not give it a shot? Why not just try and do it anyway? And I kind of took that and ran with that throughout group and honestly my therapy sessions, like post, and now just kind of life in general. Like, even when I'm just like hanging out with friends, I'm like, I really don't want to do this. Or not to say I don't want to do this. Love hanging out with my homies, but sometimes it's just like, you know, you do want to chill out at the crib, but then you're like, how often am I going to be able to hang out with these niggas? You know, how often am I going to be able to see this person or like connect with them? And like, brother, you got the time. Guys, I'm unemployed. I'm broke. Might cut that out. I might have to cut that out. But my point is, you got to literally you got to like trick your mind in a sense. Like, trick your mind, say the same thought, but put a twist on what it is that you're saying. Like, yes, there may be no point, but that's exactly why you should do it. And then make it the point. Make it the point to do it. Make it a point. If there is no point, make it a point to do it. Make your own, like, see, bro, this is why I be flowing, y'all. You are here with no purpose. Oh, my battery came out. My bad. You are here with initially no real purpose, bro, other than to experience. That's it. That is your job as a human, to experience. From the moment you're born to the moment you pass, you know? And I think the point of all of that in between is to just experience. That's what I mean when I say just be. And I think I'm at that point where, even though I am still feeling what I'm feeling and I'm thinking my thoughts, I allow them to come and go. I feel them. I'll talk about them. I'll express them like this. I'll talk on the voice memo. I'll draw for a little bit. I'll make some music. I'll do something to feel it, express it, and move on. Let go. I gotta be light when I walk. And you should want that too. Your normal state of mind is calm, bro. If you're constantly feeling anger, regret, this, that, the third, like, take some time and just say, what am I avoiding right now? And even if you can't answer that right now, give yourself a very broad answer. Like, I don't want to be by myself. I don't want to be put in a position where I have to be made to look like the bad guy. I don't want to be the bad guy. So just take the time and just ask yourself those questions, but also don't be scared of what your answer is to those questions are. Don't answer with judgment. Answer with no expectations, bro. Answer with like as if you're talking to like a friend. Answer as if you're talking to one of your closest friends right now, and they're just saying what you have to say. How would you talk to them? How would you respond to them? And just practice that. Be gentle with yourself, but don't forget to go hard when you need to, when it's important to. You gotta have that balance. So yeah, if there is no point, that's all the reason to do it.